this loser doing? It's Maynard. You're not meant to be within 300 meters of a playground.
That was one time I explained it to the police. I was cleared of charges for it.
What are you doing here?
A new house by Austin Maynard Architects. Let's go have a look. That was a gag. I do not hang around playgrounds, okay? Are we clear? Clear. Thank you. Hi everybody, welcome to Archimarathon. We're at McKean House by Austin Maynard Architects. Best architects in the world. This one's really interesting and I'm excited about it because you know how we're in a housing crisis as well as a climate crisis at the moment, and we are desperately trying to find ways to build more homes. One of the solutions to increase the amount of housing is to make it easier for people to build granny flats and to subdivide their houses. And this was the perfect site to do that on because it is a very long and thin block that faces onto the back street. But the reality is that we've got this beautiful big garden right there. And what previously existed was just a garage door.
Oh.
Facing the sun.
Yeah, strange.
You can see it just up there as well, can't you? There's three waiting
garage doors and fences and stuff.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird, isn't it? This whole idea of the backyard. The quarter-acre block originally was meant to be a sustainable size that you were meant to be able to grow your own vegetables and the land technically.
Yeah.
The dream of the suburban life is not to do that. This is kind of pastures and green
and because,
nothing happens.
Yeah. No, exactly, and then there's no services around and people are forced to live in their cars. But because of that quarter-acre block and the big backyard, houses have just got bigger and bigger. There's no real discipline around the design of a good quality space. What's interesting about this site is there is no backyard. Long, thin block, the original house, we've cut the block in half and kept sort of courtyard to the original house, and now that's, a young family's now in there. The people that did this development are an older couple, so they didn't need that big house. So they've designed a house for them to age in place. See that episode? We've talked about it before. But there is no backyard. What we've done is said, look, to the north, to where the sun is, to the south in the northern hemisphere, to where the sun is a beautiful big park. That's your backyard.
Yeah, you can see in today there's people having picnics there.
Absolutely, right there. And then there's a playground right there. So you've got this elderly couple that has this incredible green space, and so we've flipped the whole arrangement. Instead of having the typical suburban house where you put your living spaces at the back to connect them with your backyard, we've gone, no backyard, beautiful courtyard in the house, but the living spaces get pushed to the front. Our client's art studio upstairs, it's pushed to the front, and then we get lots of glazing there.
And the front yard's actually used.
The front yard is the backyard.
Well, traditionally that was the thing. It's flipping back to the original model, right? The front yard was the main thing. The backyard was just a stomping ground with garage and services. And then in the 80s, I think it flipped. It suddenly became this kind of backyard dream with swimming pools and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's not enough community. This is kind of inner city suburbs, so I think, it does have that sense of community compared to deep in suburbs where there is no pedestrian life.
Yeah, you're so far from everything and resources and shops, libraries, that you're forced to live in the car. So you just go from your garage to wherever you need to be and back again. Where the yard here is, you've got a little table in the front, they're always out there having coffee. It's directly linked with, opening windows to the living space, which is right at the front, and then constantly chatting to their neighbours as they go past. So you get that great outdoor space connected to your living spaces, but it's also connected to the big park and the street and your community.
That's the surveillance.
That's the other thing too. Instead of garage door, and you can see it up there, you can see it before we did this, these closed off streets where people just tag it in graffiti because it's a dead face, where now we have two levels, art studio and living space that are always looking out here. So if anybody's around and they want to cause some shenanigans, they're kind of thinking, am I being watched right now? So it's good. It's just like good urban design. It's a basic principle of urban design. It's passive surveillance.
So I'm going to play the devil's advocate here.
Go.
Right. That's why people go, oh, but like they're looking into our living spaces.
Yeah. So, what are you doing in there? That's actually, the Dutch actually say that. Like, if you go to Amsterdam or the Netherlands, so often you see the living spaces completely open to the street. And there's a saying that if anybody's got their curtains closed, what are they hiding? Yeah. They even have a saying that's even worse than that. And so the idea is that you live your life, but you live it as a gradation between the private and the public. And you put truly private spaces, such as bathrooms and bedrooms, well buried in the house. But then these other places that are more sociable, that are about a family and the community being an extension of that, are connected with the street.
Yeah.
And you have complete control over that. At any point they can close the curtains and drop the external blinds
Yes.
as well. So you have control. You have the best of both.
Can we take a look?
Let's take a look. Let's go inside. So this is the same sort of module as the other rectangles, but this one's been pushed in, and that's where we're hiding the bins and all the mess in there. And then
What's that?
that is the flywire door, but you know how usually it sits out and just flaps in the wind when you're into it? We've actually recessed that into the wall, so you can have this open, and then you can close that, and it's secure and not letting in bugs.
Right, clever. Shoes off.
Shoes off. And a Koya mat right at the entry so you can wipe your feet.
Wow, look at that light.
So a small block made to feel really big by having a 2-story space in it. And so this is a home for a retired couple, so it's really about how much space do you really need? Instead of being a traditional terrace house and having the long corridor and then bedrooms and the living space out the back, the living space is right here facing into beautiful Edinburgh Gardens. And then the art studio above, where you can do these 2 separate spaces, or somebody's cooking and you can have a conversation through in the house without having to be on the same level.
I really feel the cross ventilation here with that courtyard and that door open behind us.
Yeah. Which is really important. Again, on smaller blocks, it can be so easy to have all these closed cells with this. So no backyard. This is the only real sort of open space on the block. And both that slider to the bedroom and this slider open up. So you can have a conversation from bed all the way through here. You can be like, hey, where's my cup of tea? Bring me some toast.
Built-in bench there.
This always saves you a chunk of space if you have a built-in bench seat, and then all of it has storage underneath it. So you get lots of places to hide junk. And then everything, you know, there's got a spot. You would never hit your head on that, just the way that you come out of that.
There's a lot of storage up the top there as well. Perfectly aligned too.
Yeah, we spent a long time detailing all this. Let's play guess what's behind the doors. Do you know what's behind this one?
Pantry.
Pantry, yep, that's right.
Next to the kitchen.
That's
Yep.
next to the kitchen. Do you know what's behind this one?
Laundry. Makes sense.
Yep, so double doors on here, and then you've got the laundry in there.
Yep.
That's the laundry.
Cool.
This one?
Near the ensuite bathroom.
It is a bathroom. I don't know whether somebody's in there. Somebody is in there, I think. And then this one, guess what's behind this one?
Wardrobe?
Nothing.
The what?
There's nothing behind this door.
What's the point?
This is similar to the fly screen at the front door.
Oh,
It
that
was the
is...
For here.
No way.
See how it all lines up through there?
Yeah.
And so if this was the door for the room just hung normally, you would always have it hanging here in space, and you'd have the hinged door just hanging there, the back of the hinged door.
Yeah.
It's that Deuterams?
Dithyrambs, yeah.
Deuterams, yeah.
From Braun.
If something doesn't have a function, it should disappear.
Yeah.
And then another bathroom there.
Huh. And more light courts?
And then a little light court here to service that toilet in there and bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And to hide some of the machinery as well.
And to bring light in.
And to bring light in. So you've got like 2 sort of, light coming from both sides of the master bedroom. And then that brick wall, that's the back boundary.
Oh,
So that's the line that cut the block in half and created two separate homes.
I love the borrowed scenery with a tree there. A bit of greenery.
We've talked about it before, haven't we? Like, and the same happens on this side too. This great light well, but then you get to borrow the neighbour's garden as well, the bamboo.
And that they have a light court as well. So it's you've done it so that they are the same alignment as this building.
Absolutely. All good design starts with a great site analysis. And so we've just seen where their light court is and realised that we can both create a win-win scenario if we match their light well in exactly the same location.
And the greenery will probably help each other as well.
Yeah.
Nice. I really, this is quite clever because you really don't feel like that's another room. It just feels like part of flowing into the same space, even though it is a room. It can be a room.
It's one retired couple. They're kind of living in each other's space. But if you have a guest over or something like that, or if you want privacy, seriously, have a look at this. You decide that you want some privacy and you want to shut everything out. The sound's changed already, and then...
That's all right, I get it. They're blinds. Oh, okay.
All of them, automatic. So you can then just go to blackout.
Why are you blacking out this room, Andrew?
Hey, Kev. You, me, a dark bedroom. Let's check out upstairs, Kev. Have you noticed how much light is washing down the stair?
Yeah. Because of the skylight.
Which, is always a challenging thermal weak point, but here you can see that we've actually put louvers, optical louvers, so you can close all that down in the middle of summer. The studio, the art studio, looking straight out onto that glorious park.
And you can shut that off.
That's right. So it's got internal and external blinds, and this is one of these rotating panels that can come out.
I meant those doors.
Oh, these doors. Yeah. So the other thing is it could be a bedroom because there's a bathroom right behind you. So you can see all the tracks. You can close that right off. You can, at the moment, you're so connected with downstairs. You can chat with people downstairs, but you can really isolate yourself at a certain time, and you don't get that sort of sound leakage coming through.
That's pretty spectacular view looking out though.
Isn't it great? You can see all the way from the old heritage cricket pavilion and the cricket ground, like right around through the park, the dog park and kids' playground, and then over the back is the other cricket oval.
And you really get to experience the crown of the tree.
Yep. And a lot of these are deciduous trees as well.
Ah, yes.
So they drop all their leaves and you get all this extra view and light in winter. So it's just a great place just to sit down and chill out. You see what we're not doing here? We're not building a wall, cutting a hole in it and putting a window in. Yeah, we're really thinking about what we want the relationship outside to be. And then that glazing just goes well past where we mentioned the mirror before.
I guess the palette in some ways with the timber as well and the black almost feels like another tree in a very abstract way.
Oh, that's good.
Material-wise.
Yeah. And it's a class 1 hardwood, so it goes grey over time as well. So it looks more and more like a trunk.
Because I'm looking at the tree behind you over there.
Yeah.
It's quite a vertical element.
There you go. And so a really thin block, wherever we were able to, we've pinched light. But if this wasn't fluted glass, you could see straight into the neighbour's backyard. So you get the best of both worlds.
Yep.
All that extra light, but privacy as well. The same happened here. But here we put louvers on it, so it's clear glaze and louvers, so you can't see down, but you can see out of the trees.
And that's a bedroom.
Bathroom, bedroom, some more fluted glass, and borrowed landscape above. So in a really dense area, but always feeling like you're connected with the outside, even though right there is your neighbours. And AMA yellow. But we didn't pick it. The client actually picked this.
You've indoctrinated everyone with the yellow.
Yeah. It's similar as a park like it.
I guess when you don't have good spaces, the only effect that people think of is
larger. That's the only kind of thing they can make it feel better, is to make it larger than as opposed to better quality of space.
So I think it's 3% of Australian homes are designed by architects. So you think it's just the general population does not being able to experience a really good quality living space, and they overcompensate by just going for big.
I think so.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Where well, especially Denmark and Holland, where there's a huge tradition of, especially modernism, of design culture, they're just used to really quality spaces that work hard.
Yeah.
That's what we pride ourselves in. It's not big, but gee, it works hard. It does a lot for you.
Compact.
It feels so big.
Because compact is about being not necessarily small, but it just means it just works really hard.
Yeah. Concern people have because they get so object focused during the planning process, and they can't think about space. Like, you look at these beautiful little heritage places with their little front yard.
That is not used.
It's just a continuation of the same pattern. The fact that it doesn't copy the same details, you can't even build like that anymore. And the people that have gone past, yeah, they'll have a cursory glance, won't they? But nobody's on the fence going, what you doing in there? What's happened?
That's what you did.
Well, yeah, weirdos like me without, huh? Hello?
Yeah, stay away from playground.
That's why I got kicked out of the Netherlands.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gawking at buildings.
People just in their houses cooking, and I'm like, what you having for dinner? Hello? What's for dinner?
What's your name?
What's your name? Tony?
What's your name? Tony!
Thanks for watching, everybody. We love you guys. Leave a comment, leave a like. We've got an epic tour announcement coming up soon, which is going to sell out so quickly. Keep an eye out for that. And as always, fight me. Fight us in the comments. If you disagree, if you think that a backyard is necessary, if you think I just get too ranty, if you hate this t-shirt, leave a comment.
If you hate him, hate his face.
I love you. I don't care. It can be a one-way relationship. I love you guys.